So you're thinking about moving to Arizona and possibly entertaining the thought of Scottsdale? Are you sure you want to come to Scottsdale? Are you absolutely positive you want to come to Scottsdale? Because in this video, we're going to go over everything, well, not everything, but the top reasons why you may consider not wanting to move to Scottsdale. Are you really sure you want to come here and not go somewhere else? In this video, we're going to cover it. Maybe on some ideas you never even thought about, or maybe you had a little bit inkling about it, but never thought in depth about. Maybe we want to go somewhere else. Well, we're going to hit them today. Find out if you really want to call Scottsdale, Arizona, your home, and we're getting after it right now. So let's go. Okie dokie, so number one on the list, you've got to know what the number one on the list is, don't you? Come on. It's the weather. The weather out here in the summer is absolutely miserable. 2023 is when I'm filming this. We just came out of a horrible, miserable, hot summer. The temperature, 119, 122. There were many times I would be out filming and my camera was shut off. Temporary shutting off, it has overheated. I would have to run to the car, turn on the car, hold the camera in front of the vent, the air conditioning vent, so it would cool down so I can go back out and finish my videotaping. Our hottest temperature is July, around 107, but it goes up much higher than that many times. Just like I said, this past summer, 119, 122, 115, your air conditioning is going practically nonstop. I know you may say, well, I'm coming from the snow and I want to get rid of the snow. Well, that's fine, but wait till you hit this heat and your air conditioning is running all the time. In fact, my air conditioning bill this past year, last year it was around $350, $370 for the month. This past summer, it was around $480, $490 just to run the AC unit for this miserably hot summer heat. So you might want to reconsider that. It definitely does get miserably hot here in Arizona. Okay, let's move on. Number two on the cons on why you might think about not wanting to come out here is the wildlife. Now, side note, I'm an animal lover, as you can see right here in the pictures, and right there is my little mascot, Gigi. She's in practically all my videos. If you've seen any of my other videos, she is practically always with me and wants to be there. I am a huge animal lover, yes, but there are two animals I am deathly afraid of, one of which lives here in Arizona, and they are snakes. Oh my gosh, deathly afraid. I hate them. Really do hate them. I don't like them. Deathly afraid. When I say I'm afraid, that doesn't even come close. But anyway, getting back to this video and not about me, the snakes are definitely here. If you are a hiker, biker, and the weather is starting to warm up from the winter, the snakes are coming out and they are feisty and mean. People like to go out trail walking, running with their earphones on, with the music really loud. They don't hear the rattlesnake rattle its rattle and they get bitten. They are out there. Let me tell you, there are many times as the weather is warming up, you open your front door and you look down or to the side and they're either stretched right out there or curled up in a corner. Yuck. Another thing about the snakes is when the weather's starting to warm up and you go out in your garage and you open it up, hello, you have a tenant that's been living in your garage called a snake. Yes, they like to hibernate during the winter, and sometimes, many times, not always, but many times you will find them in your garage. In fact, a lot of times this year on the Facebook, I've had a lot of comments, seen a lot of comments, people finding snakes in the house. Oh my gosh, give me a major heart attack. If you're not a snake lover, if you're afraid of snakes like I am, you're definitely going to want to reconsider the snake issue. Another thing about the wildlife, do you have pets, like little four-legged pets? You're going to have to be really concerned and be mindful when you take them out to go potty, because the hawks and the owls will swoop right down and snatch them in a blink of an eye. I'm telling you the truth. I have several of my friends, they'd be outside with their pet on a leash going potty, and they're on their telephone, yada, and they feel a tug, and the hawk or the owl is trying to take away their pet. It's definitely real. Another wildlife animal you have to be considerate of and be aware of is the coyotes. Many people think, oh, I have a 6 or 8 foot fence around my house, Mary Kay, my pet is fine. It is not. the coyote can just trot on up to that fence, casually hop over, and it'll snatch your pet in an instant. You have to be aware of the wildlife. So between the snakes, the hawks, the owls, the coyotes, they're there. You still want to come? Are you sure? Especially the snakes, they slither. Ugh. Okay, moving on. Number 3 on the list is transportation. Excuse me for just one moment, but our transportation, city transportation, sucks big time. If you are going to be depending on public transit, I'm not going to say it's non-existent. It's mainly in downtown area, just starting to spread out. We do have buses throughout, but doesn't reach all avenues depending on where you want to live. Your transportation is going to be you or Uber. So hopefully you come down here with a driver's license and can drive your own automobile, or you're going to be calling Uber. It is what it is. Our transportation here in Phoenix, Arizona, and all the surrounding cities is not the best. We are so behind on it, and you would think we wouldn't be. We're the 5th or 6th largest city in the United States, and our transportation is actually in the toilet. So if you're coming here depending on transportation, public transportation, not really going to happen unless you're going to sit and wait for a public bus. Public transit, good luck. Next on the list, number 4, snowbirds. I know everybody says, Mary Kay, but snowbirds are great for the economy. Yes, they are, but guess what? They are a pain in the dupa regarding going out to eat at restaurants, the traffic congestion they cause. Because you know what? When they're driving like this, like they don't have a care in the world. And mainly because they don't have a care in the world, they're just out enjoying their life, which they can and they should, but they are so slow. If you are a snowbird, I'm not talking to you. Well, maybe I am. Possibly talking to you. All I'm asking is snowbirds, can you just move over a little bit so we can just zoom on by and get to where we're going? Snowbirds bring good for the economy, bad for congestion of traffic and congestion into restaurants. You're gonna want to go out to eat. You're gonna sometimes wait over an hour, 2 hours just to get a seat at a restaurant during the snowbird seasons. They start coming in around November, Thanksgiving area, till about Easter time, and then they kind of fly away. So snowbirds are definitely here, especially in the Scottsdale area. They love Scottsdale. Well, they love other areas too, but Scottsdale, oh my gosh, good luck on that one. Number 5, HOAs. I don't know where you're coming from, but there's a good chance that you're coming from a place that doesn't have an HOA. Homeowners Association. What is that? That means there's association tacked on to where you're going to be moving here, and they're going to tell you what you can and can't do with your house. You're going to say, you mean I'm going to pay $1 million or more for my house, and they're going to tell me what I can and can't do? Yes, they are. They're not going to tell you what you can do on the inside, but on the outside, on the front yard, they can tell you what plant you can plant, how many you can have, how many trees you can or can't have, what colors you can or can't have in the front of your yard that you paid for. Doesn't that sound ridiculous? You're paying for the house, the land, you own it, and they're going to tell you what you can and can't do.
No, God, please, no, no!
So if that's something that's going to bother you, you may not want to consider Scottsdale, Arizona. Scottsdale is surrounded, engulfed in, immersed in HOAs. It is what it is. HOAs are here. They're not going anywhere. Some of them have 2 HOAs. If you pick like a condominium or a townhome, sometimes if it's in a community that has a main HOA, and then you're going to go into a townhome or a gated area, you're going to have, some areas have 2 or 3 HOAs. So there you go. It's like HOA fees. HOA fees, HOA fees, HOA fees. So if HOA fees are not what you want, you're going to want to steer clear of Scottsdale, Arizona, because they have them and they're just there. There's nothing you can do about it or I can do about it. There's nothing anybody can do about it. Just pick another place to go live. Number 6 is nightlife. If you like going out to the bars and dancing and everything, nightlife in Scottsdale, Arizona is nothing like New York, Chicago, LA. It's just not going to be. I mean, yes, there are places you can go to, but it's nothing like the other big major cities. So if that's your thing to do, it just doesn't exist. Like I said, there are some great places to go to, but it's nothing like Chicago, New York, and LA. It's non-existent. It is. So nightlife is non-existent per se when you compare it to the other bigger cities. I can't change it, you can't change it. So if you're a big nightlife person, you like to go out drinking and dancing, partying, carousing, might want to pick a different city. Scottsdale isn't it for you. Next on the list is cost of living. Cost of living in Scottsdale is, may I say, through the roof. Yeah, it is. It's expensive. Scottsdale is very, very expensive to live. Real estate is very, very expensive. You're looking at around $1 million and up. If you want to be below it, you're going to be looking at a condo or townhome. It is what it is. Scottsdale has a very high price tag. And the farther north you go in Scottsdale, the higher the price tag goes through the roof and goes higher. It is what it is. I know I've said that many, many times, but Scottsdale is a very, very expensive place to live, not just in residential costs, but for every other cost regarding living in Scottsdale. It's just very expensive, very luxury. And that's one of the reasons why some people actually do move to Scottsdale, because they can afford it without any issue at all. But if it's a problem, if you're counting your pennies, nickels, and dimes, then Scottsdale is definitely not going to be for you. It's going to be way too expensive. However, I'll give you this little golden nugget though. I will tell people, if you want to be near Scottsdale, we can move you over to Phoenix at a lower price tag, still a great area, and not have to pay the Scottsdale price tag. I know this is supposed to be all about Scottsdale, but I just wanted to throw you that little golden nugget. You can still be near Scottsdale with a lower price tag and not have all the expenses of living in Scottsdale. But anyway, cost of living in Scottsdale is very, very expensive. It is what it is, and I can't do anything about it. I wish I could, but I can't. So there you have it. The reasons not to move to Scottsdale. There are a handful of reasons not to move to Scottsdale. Are you sure you're considering it? Maybe a different city? If you are, let us know. But either way, Scottsdale is a great place to live. It also has some cons to think about, as I just mentioned. You may really want to reconsider not coming to Scottsdale, Arizona. And like I just mentioned, you may want to consider a different city, like Phoenix, a neighboring city. Phoenix, what do you think? You still want to move to Scottsdale? Well, if you do, we'll be happy to help you. We'll help you find your golden nugget of a home to call home in Scottsdale, Arizona. Arizona is a fantastic place to live. It's like a four-season state. It's absolutely gorgeous state to live in, and we would be delighted to help you with that move. If this is your first time to the channel and you really want to know everything about living in Scottsdale, Arizona, well, subscribe below and hit the bell, ding, 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 so you can be the first to be notified when anything new comes up about living in Scottsdale, Arizona, even the good. So there's a lot of good too. My name is Mary Kay Marino, and welcome to Hello Arizona Living and Real Estate. We get calls, texts, emails every day from people just like you looking to make a move to Scottsdale, Arizona, and we absolutely love it. So whether you're moving in 9 days, 90 days, 9 months, 1 year, 2 year, whatever your time frame is, call, text, or email us. All information is below in the description and boop, right above right here to help you make a smooth move to Arizona. So as I always say, until I see you around town, show you around town, have a marvelous, awesome, spectacular day. Bye for now.